In this video, I'm going to show you how you can automate billing your retainer fees using Zoho subscriptions. Retainer fees offer many benefits for your business, but one of the best things about them is that they provide you with an easy way to stabilize cash flow. Your clients will be automatically billed every month, so there are no surprises or slumps in revenue, and when it comes time to pay yourself, the money's there. I will go through a step-by-step process to get your organization set up in Zoho subscriptions and then create your first retainer billing package. First off, the tools you'll need today are a paid Zoho subscription and an online payment collection such as PayPal, Stripe, or Square. I recommend Stripe because at the time of this recording, Stripe has the lowest fees and in my experience, the easiest integration with online payment portals. So without further ado, let's get into setting up Zoho subscription. So here we are in Zoho subscriptions right now. And you'll notice that some of the screens here will be blurred, and this is just because this is my actual Zoho account and I have to make sure that sensitive data isn't shown. The first step you want to do is we need to go into your settings at the top right and we need to go to organization profile. This is here where we can change a lot of the settings so that this Zoho subscriptions will work for us. So now in the organization profile, you got to just fill in your details as your company details. It's quite self-explanatory what goes where. Okay, so after this one here, we can skip down to preferences. And basically, we want to make sure that credit note and payment links are checked. Credit notes are basically invoices to your clients, and payment links, easy to send links to your clients so that they can pay for the subscriptions. It's quite necessary for the whole automated process. Now, still in preferences, we go from general down to branding. You can add your logos and colors, which is great. But one of the things I really recommend is unchecking this I'd like to recommend Zoho to my products. Essentially, Zoho at the bottom of all their invoices will have like a Zoho subscriptions logo. Unfortunately, this makes your branding look really messy, so just getting rid of it is the cleanest thing you can do for it. So next we go to the subscription tab, and I just like to make our next number start somewhere not at 1. So I chose 54 when I started Zoho subscriptions, and this is just because as an established business, having an invoice starting with 0001 doesn't make you look very established at all. Now you may want to enable pausing services, especially if you have onboarding fees. This way, if a client needs to pause a service for a month or even maybe a year if you're being lenient, when they do come back, all they have to do is press a button and the whole process will start again. This makes it easier than ever for a client to come back in when they need you again. Okay, then going on from there, we're going to go all the way down to address verification settings. And you just want to make sure that all these show and are mandatory, as when you're billing clients online, there are legal requirements for storing address details. I'm not a lawyer. That is not legal advice. But do keep all address verifications checked. Moving on now to invoice settings. Moving to the invoice settings, here we have unbilled charges. This may be something worth ticking if your clients can ask you to go above and beyond the regular retainer. Basically, this setting allows you to add extra charges to the next cycle of billing. So let's say a client asks you for 10 more hours than was allocated for the month. You can charge them for the 10 hours in the next billing cycle. If we scroll down, we'll also find here terms and conditions. Now, updating terms and conditions on all services you provide can be tedious and most of all dangerous. If you forget to update them somewhere, that can lead to some costly consequences. So what I recommend doing is putting your terms and conditions on your website where you would typically find your T's and C's for your company, and then copy and pasting that link into your terms and conditions, which is what I've done here. This way, you only ever have to remember one place where you need to update your terms and conditions. Moving on from that, we're going to move down to templates. In templates, you can adjust your invoices to suit your business deliverables, such as how it shows taxes and charges. Moving on from that, we want to go down to your automated reminders. So in reminders, it's actually where we can send automated reminders to our clients if a billing fails to go through. Now, Zoho's default automated reminders are great, and I don't change them personally, but it's important to be familiar with them and what they're going to be sending to your clients and making sure it's what your business wants to send. Now, down in the online payment, this is where we connect our automated payment collection service. I can't run through this because it's slightly different between each provider, but they all follow the same principle where you have to connect the private keys from the payment collector to Zoho subscriptions. Once those keys are connected, the payment collections automatically integrate with everything else in Zoho subscriptions. And so now we have our billing and organization settings sorted, we can create the first retainer billing package. If we have a retainer service that we want to offer to multiple clients, we may want to host it on our website or have an easy to share link to onboard new clients. We want to create a new plan in the products page. So to do this, we can go out of our settings and back into the main hub and go to products. In here, you'll see I've already created a plan, but let's go through and create a new one. So at the top right, we can hit add plan. Now we can make this plan whatever we like. So I'm going to call this test plan. Plan code. So this is the unique identifying code that's going to show up on the invoice. And I always like to make it an acronym, the services that we're offering. In units, if your service comes in units, you can do it. But most of the time, as a B2B service, you will keep this blank. In price, I'm just going to pretend that this is a $1,200 per 1 month service. You can do this in weeks, quarters, whichever you prefer. Now, you can offer a free trial if your service is something that isn't time consuming. Since the service that we're talking about is a B2B service and it's time expensive, there is no free trial. It's get in or don't buy. Setup fees. Setup fees are a great thing. So this can be an extra fee on top to get the whole process set up. This is also useful if you have the option for your clients to back out and back in. You can always say the setup fee is just a one-time deal so that they're always more compelled to stay in with the service. Plan description. So here you can write the plan. So in this plan description, this is a test retainer service. And then after we've filled out all the form details as we need, we can hit save. So now you'll see that the new test plan's here and it's now easy to share, as you can share a hosted payment page, which is this. You can actually embed this to your website. So if you don't have any prerequisites for your clients, you could actually just host this straight up on your website. And now you have an easy to go onboarding service. If you do more of a tailored experience, you can always send this as part of an email chain after a client's had strategy meetings with you, etc. And that pretty much covers how you create your own product plan. Basically, signing up your retainer service has now never been so easy for your clients. And if you want to get regular videos on how to digitally optimize your business for the future, click the subscribe and bell icon to get regular updates. And with that, thanks for watching this video on how to build retainer fees with Zoho subscriptions. If you have any great ideas on how you can use Zoho subscriptions, leave them in the comments. Thank you for watching.